Wednesday. This is the afternoon MAO. Now, the first half an hour, we will actually concentrate on cryptocurrency. All right, we talk about cryptocurrency, what to do, what can we buy, and stuff like that. Then after that, last 10 minutes, we will do some what you call updates on the current financial market, like gold, like Hang Seng, like Dow Jones, and stuff like that. Okay, so let's just start now. Okay, now for cryptocurrency today, my caption is watch out for the 50%. Now, what 50% am I talking about? It's actually the Fibonacci 50% of the recent sell-off in the cryptocurrency like Bitcoin and Ethereum. But of course, Ethereum has really climbed way above the 50%. That's why it's been pretty bullish. But surprisingly, for Bitcoin, it haven't done that. So we will look at it later on. And I'll go into what's NFT. All right, I'll play a video to let you hear what is actually NFT all about. All right, so let's continue. Okay, so before we start this MAO, once again, please understand this. Please read through this disclaimer. If you're good to go, all right, in 5 seconds time, I'll continue, all right? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so you have already accepted the above and have indemnified me. All right, this is very, very important for me. Thank you. All right, now more people are accepting Bitcoin. I mean, this is a joke, but still you can see that, right? And nowadays, like anyone and everyone is asking me, Cal, can we actually pay you by Bitcoin? Apparently. So it seems that, right, Bitcoin is no longer what people have said, it's just a fad. It's actually become back the day-to-day life thingy. The only thing is that it is quite crazy in terms of the valuation, right? It can go up by 10, 15% in a single day. It can also come back down in the same manner. So the only thing is that because of the volatility, that's why people are a little bit get a bit upset by this. But if not, overall, it's still fine. It's just like having a currency right now. Example, you're in a country, then suddenly the government says that, okay, let's just print more money, and the currency you're holding called the fiat currency immediately just depreciate, all right? So it's the same thing, just that the volatility is not as much as regular as compared to fiat currency. So what is happening right now is that because our Bitcoin is really very portable, you can transfer to anybody really in just 1 minute and below, and the receiver and yourself, right, you don't need to show your identity. So there's a good part and a bad part because it actually protects the privacy, but it also gave the problem of this money laundering problem, illegal activity. So this is the downside of this. But again, let's just be honest here. Even fiat currency, you also have money laundering, right? So what's the difference? So everything is actually the same thing. It's just like now people can't accept it. Everybody is just saying that no. But let's just be factual here. Right, that's what we say to ourselves when diskettes was around, the floppy disk diskette, right? No one tell you that you become USB portal. So this is actually moving now. And now from USB, we're now upgrading to cloud computing, our cloud saving. So that's why you must follow with time. You cannot just say that, oh no, I don't want, it will just come in. All right, so my personal belief in that about another few more years, like by 2030, I think Bitcoin will be really the main, probably the only digital currency that's going around the world. All right, so watch out for this. Okay, so of course, we have a bit more problem around the world apparently. Okay, let me just change the title a little bit. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Global crypto news. Okay. All right. So South Korea crypto exchange they bid, all right, to shuttle. Oh no, okay. City cites that harsh laws. So now it's South Korea, okay. Previous was Russia, was some other country, right? So South Korean cryptocurrency exchange they bid is shutting its local operation, citing that the harsh requirement of the anti-money laundering thingy. So again, this is where it comes in. Is when people getting a bit confused, and of course when this sort of thing is that they don't need to really tell you the details, right? Undeniable, all right, there's not so nice activity does go around it. And of course, it's very difficult because you want business, but you also want to protect it with the law. So that's why now some countries are actually combating this. And like Indonesia now, right, in this is the Commodity Futures Trade Regulatory Agency, Babati, is considering a plan to tax cryptocurrency transaction amid the rising public interest. So actually this Bitcoin is going everywhere. Everyone is involved in this, I tell you that. So for you itself, right, if you just want to be safe, you can consider to go to the biggest exchange like Binance and just buying and keep it there. If you want to so-called trade, you can also trade with it, just that it may take some time for it to transact. If you want to go for CFD trading, then of course you carry risk and make sure that you deal with the proper or right broking company. All right, but still, then we can see that globally everyone is getting involved in this. Okay. All right, so today at 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in the office, we will actually help you guys for only TWB students to set up their accounts to do Binance accounting, all right, to become a Binance member. And we'll also share with you, right, how can you actually make some passive income while enjoying your life. So this will be shared later on, a very full house for this event. So when will be the next one? Well, we'll take a stop here for time being, and then we will see maybe in the mid of May or late May or early June that we do this again. Okay, so this is something that you guys may look out for. Okay, so we just saw one news from CNBC about Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, is launching an NFT marketplace. Now, what is NFT? Now, how many of you actually know what is NFT? If you know NFT, please key the word NFT. If you don't know, let's just key the word no. Let me see that now at 33 of you guys online right now. How many of you know and you actually have knowledge of NFT? All right. All right, let me see how many of you have that knowledge. If you don't have, just key the word no. So we can actually give a rough idea how's a crowd right here now. Wow, Benedict, you know what's NFT. Very good. Wow, Stanley, you also know NFT. Fantastic. Okay. All right. Min Hui, you don't know. Okay, fine. No problem. All right. Nicholas also know NFT. Eric, not no, but the rest? Louis say no. Okay. Iman say nope. Okay. How about the rest? We have about 40 now at the moment. Tan, okay. Tan KH. Okay, you should say no. Jasmine, you know NFT. Very good. All right, excellent. Okay. So, okay, let's continue and see how it goes. Okay. Mohammed, no, but Fred heard of that. Okay, by the way, this is the CEO of Binance. Okay, you can see that, right? So this guy, okay, Mr. Zhao, right? Okay, he is the CEO of Binance. All right, so basically, right, cryptocurrency exchange Binance revealed plans on Tuesday that introduce its own marketplace, to create, buy, and sell digital collector item. So it's actually a collector item, okay, non-fungible token, type of digital asset. Okay, they are designed to represent the ownership of rare virtual item. Okay, it can be anything from the works of art to sporting trading card. Right, you know, in America they do that. Okay, or some of the popular basketball collectibles. Okay, so this is just basically it's a concept and it's actually a digital asset. Okay, digital, and of course, the sale of this token has now soared to $2 billion. It's a very big market right now. Yes, like I say, you may say that, hey, this is something so new, right? How come one tell about this? Actually, there is. I'll show you a video shortly and let you watch what is NFT all about. All right, and the thing is this, recently, right, someone actually bought an NFT for almost $70 million. Just mentioned that is really, really incredible. But of course, some people also mentioned that this NFT, right, is like something like what you saw before, called ICO, right? Back in 2017 to 2018, there's this very cool name called ICO, right? It's the initial coin offering. And what happened is that it led to many numbers of scams and many projects were ultimately abandoned, all right? So a lot of people lost money during the period of time. So, and of course, there is this thing called Dogecoin, and also another mania came in, and then everybody get involved in this. So that's also a good part and bad part, but still, I believe NFT is here to stay because there's so many people getting involved in this. Oh, okay. So Peter, no for you. Kelly, no. But Mandy, you heard Beat and Business, right? So let me explain to you, not me. Let this guy, okay, Ryan, explain to you from CNBC what is NFT. Okay, let's turn on your volume. You can hear it right now.
Huge sums of money on unique items such as paintings, baseball cards, and vintage cars. But now, collectible items have moved to the digital space in the form of NFTs, or non-fungible tokens. So what exactly are NFTs, and why are they suddenly being sold for millions? NFTs, known as Nifties by insiders, are a type of digital asset. Ownership of these tokens is recorded on a blockchain, a digital ledger using similar technology to the networks that underpin Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. But unlike currencies, where every token is of equal value and can be swapped for any other, NFTs have unique qualities which stop them from being interchangeable or fungible. You can think of them like the crypto alternative to rare Pokemon or baseball cards. And just like the traditional art market, NFTs are often sold at auction, prospective buyers bidding against each other until a price is reached. The rise of the internet meant that images, videos, and songs could be reproduced and distributed infinitely online, often without any royalties being paid to their creators. And even tech giants such as YouTube and Spotify have faced criticism for not compensating artists sufficiently for their work. Proponents of NFTs say they address this problem by allowing ownership to be recorded on the blockchain, preventing unlimited reproduction or piracy, enabling creators to reap the financial rewards. Rock band Kings of Leon sold NFTs over 2 weeks in March 2021, which gave buyers access to a deluxe form of their album for $50, whilst also auctioning off an even more exclusive version limited to just 18 copies. In the same month, the NFT of Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey's first tweet sold for nearly $3 million to Sina Estavi, a Malaysia-based crypto entrepreneur. Meanwhile, art dealers are also getting on the action, with auction house Christie's running an auction for a virtual work from the artist Beeple, which eventually sold for nearly $70 million. But NFTs aren't a totally new phenomenon. CryptoKitties, a virtual pet game based on the blockchain Ethereum, was so popular in 2017 and they clogged up the network of the cryptocurrency Ether. To date, these colourful online cats have generated sales of over $40 million. So, why are we hearing so much about NFTs now? The coronavirus pandemic played a big role in the NFT boom. In 2020, the total value of NFT transactions quadrupled to $250 million, and the market looks set to grow further in 2021. That's in no small part because of stay-at-home restrictions that resulted in most people spending a lot more time on the internet and many having spare cash on hand as in-person spending opportunities were limited. It's a trend with parallels in the rise of retail traders betting on GameStop and other historically unloved stocks promoted on the Reddit board Wall Street Bets. The craze also arrives at a time when Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have surged in value, with Bitcoin briefly reaching a record high price of over $60,000 in March 2021. Many NFTs are priced in Ether, the digital token of the Ethereum blockchain. That currency hovered around $2,000 in February 2021, before losing nearly a third of its value in a matter of days, reminding investors of cryptocurrency's wild volatility. Many investors are buying NFTs as a speculative investment, hoping to flip them at a much higher price than they originally paid. But a growing number of people are also holding NFTs long-term as collectibles. Major brands, including the NBA and Formula One, have launched projects centered around NFTs which can be collected or traded. And people are also finding other uses for NFTs, such as virtual real estate and video games. Nevertheless, the NFT space has been met with skepticism from some creators and investors. Critics view it as another crypto fad that will eventually drift into irrelevance, but they're also concerned about the carbon emissions needed to generate these tokens. But expect to hear more about NFTs so long as collectors are willing to buy them.
Okay, all right. So now you can actually know more about NFT. So it basically is a concept that by they digitalize certain thing, and then after that they reduce the quantity of it, the quantity, right? So which means that, right, that means the value of certain thing will keep on going higher. So maybe like a shot that Michael Jordan, doing a 3-pointer that win a game, this particular image or this particular video, it can be an NFT and you own it. And that's where you get speculative returns and you can actually hold it for some time. And of course, if people want it from you, then you can actually sell it. And then that is whereby it gets valuable. So maybe one day I can just do an NFT of myself, my very first trade with the boys message or something like that. Okay. All right. So got the idea now. Of course, this is not the best explanation, but I think you get a rough idea. I try to do one more tomorrow when I get something better, or can you see it personally, all right? Okay. All right. So that is NFT for us. Hope you guys like this video. Oops, sorry. Okay, so now for yesterday's trading, let's take a look yesterday. We didn't have a very good day yesterday because we actually made some mistake here and there. I mean, this is very normal, but just that, not that nice. Okay, so what happened was yesterday for us, for our trading was pretty clear that, sorry, wrong colors, on. Okay, so what happened is that we have this KCX signal appearing on screen right now. You can see that when blue turns to green, we look out for buy signal. But we can only enter when the price turns, the color change from red to yellow. So we went in to buy here, okay, and we waited. But unfortunately, the price didn't really go up much, didn't hit our first 300 target and came down. So we will stop out right here. So we lost money, right? But of course, we know that this is not going to be the end because we trust our indicator pretty much. So we waited, and of course, the next KCX came out right here. But you can see that the bars were red, so we had to wait for the bars to turn from red to yellow. And after that, another KCX came out, and again we had to wait because this tells us that the market seems to be bottoming out around here. And of course, when the color changed from red to yellow, that was where we entered and we were rewarded. Oh, right, look at it, what a good run. Now, 3 ticks means that the market has went more than $800, all right, from the entry price to the high. Okay, so we actually made some money. All right, we also went in again later on. This one was a short burst. The second, this is the third, fourth trade. Okay, this is another one. Okay, so basically overall we're okay, but of course in the later part, okay, when we entered here, we lost money. All right, so overall there's some win, there's some losses, and this is the final result for yesterday for us. I'm going to be open with you. All right, we lost about $279. Now you can see that, hey, how come we lost money, right? Because we actually have a wrong trade over here. We shouldn't have this trade over here. There's an error here. So we actually lost $140 over there. So if you take it away, it's about $130. All right. So overall, I just showed to you that we can win money, but sometimes if the market just basically trigger us, we can have losses on the day. So I'm not going to lie to you. All right, I'm going to tell you exactly what we have here, but just that again, we will apologize that we shouldn't have this trade done. But again, there's human error. We have to accept that. Okay. So at least this is tell you that we are very genuine here. Okay, so we have the KCX done yesterday. Let's just look right now into the market to understand more about this 50% mark. So yesterday, Bitcoin basically made a comeback, right? Bitcoin and other currency actually did a comeback, right? A pretty strong one. And now the question is this, can we jump in to buy now? Okay, let's look at the chart, shall we? So let's bring it in. Okay, here we go. All right, so this is the Bitcoin daily chart. Now we do see that we have a KCX signal right here, okay? All right, but then the bars, this is the daily chart, but the bar is still red in color, so we haven't really activated our day trading yet. All right, then of course we have another one a few days later, which is 2 days ago. All right, so until now, there's no color change yet. Red to yellow haven't really manifested. So for the day chart trading, we still have to wait for the right signal to go in. Okay, now the thing is this, for today intraday, let's take a look right now. For today's intraday, let's take a look. Okay, now this is today's market. There's a few KCX. Now one is over here. Okay, you can see that. Okay, the KCX blink from, okay, what we saw is the KCX came out about 1:45 hour. So that is approximately about wait a minute, 7:45. Yeah, about 7:45 this morning. Okay, then what happened is that you waited for a while until the bar turns from red to yellow. That is where we entered, and our stop loss is placed somewhere here or here, depending how much the range is. And of course, we were rewarded very nicely. All right, this was the first wave that we made money. It was pretty cool. Then of course, then subsequently now you can see right here, there was a few more KCX appearing on the screen. But each time the KCX appear, there's no color change. The one that came in was here. You can see that. Okay, this is KCX, and this is where it happened now. Now what happened is this, or today, you realize that, right, the market just didn't really cooperate on the upside. As a matter of fact, we suffered 2 losses right now. Okay, we have very cut out our losses, and we will wait further. All right, so there's no color change, even though there's KCX at the bottom, there's no color change. We have to wait for a while. Now, losses is part of trading, all right? So when we enter, we lose small, but when we make big. So that is how you can see that we trade our Bitcoin today. Okay, so that is Bitcoin for using our TWB system for the intraday. For Ethereum, let's take a look at Ethereum. All right, for Ethereum today, we also saw something of sort, okay? Which means that Ethereum, all right, we have one call this morning somewhere around here. Can you see that? So for our trading, we will need to go in long right here. So we went to buy right this point, stop loss was just here. So you can see that the upside was easily 5 to 6 times of our risk involved. But after gradually, we entered here, And here we also will stop out, right? You can see that it moved identically like the Bitcoin. So overall today is a net flat for us, but still we are happy with it because we are following the rules and we still want to make sure that we do not diverge away from what we know, all right? Because we know that law averages will assist us by the end of the day. All right, so you can see from the day chart wise and stuff for Ethereum, that is whereby you can see very clearly the KCX blink on the 20th of March. And now that subsequently, look at all the CCRY, red to yellow. If you buy on Ethereums, you can actually see pretty good money. All right, that is for Ethereum. So it's a bit different compared to Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is still below par. All right, so that's where it's the 50% that we're talking about. Now, let me bring it back to Ethereum, Bitcoin once again. Okay, now let's just bring up the chart a little bit. And now I show you this Fibonacci, whereby you take the highest point of the recent high and you pull it down to the low, right? Can you see that? So what do we see on the chart here? It is pretty clear that the market rebounded and went to the 23.6% level, which the market zoomed past this rather easily. Then it went up to 38.2. You can see that there was some form of resistance at this moment. It pulls back. Then it tried to recover, went past 38.2. But now we can see that it's actually having a bit of resistance exactly at the 50% mark. Now, traditionally for traders, if the market failed to cross 50%, normally we do see some profit taking back down again. So I'm not half surprised to see Bitcoin coming back down to the 38.2 level, and that is approximately about 54,000 level. So only when the Bitcoin can stay back and go above the 50% level, which is a 50% retracement, then maybe we will see Bitcoin going all the way up again. So for the time being now, right, we just have to wait for a while. I'm not that keen. No, I'm that into buying at the moment now, right? Because today you can see there's some form of resistance against the market. Okay, and do note today we have on the financial market, we have this Federal Reserve meeting, and of course that's about 2 a.m. where the news will appear out. And of course we do suspect that they may even cover a little bit about this cryptocurrency market, and they may actually mention that, right, maybe this asset may be a little bit dangerous to hold on. All right, so I suspect that this is the reason why the today crypto market is having a bit of selling pressure at this very moment right now. Okay, so you got a 50% level. Okay, cool. Right, let's look at the Bitcoin in terms of the all-time high indicator. So we can see that the market went down from the high level all the way down to the low, and you can see pretty clearly it went down below 80% and rebounded, right? So above 80% is safe, but you can see that the market basically stopped at the 85% mark. So the 85% mark is critical because if the market cannot go above 85%, it will have to be resisted. All right, and it may go back down again. But only if we cross the 85%, then maybe we can see 90%, right? So it's very clear that there is some form of resistance right now. So to me, I think that we should just go slow for time being for this Bitcoin. Okay, all right. Now this is the Bitcoin with the conventional indicators, moving averages, or using the linear weighted. All right, so what you can see right here now, yesterday, Bitcoin hit the MA. You can see right now the MA. All right, let me change the color of this line to make it clearer for you guys. Okay, here we go. All right, you can see that yesterday the Bitcoin came down, perfectly touches the MA11 and then rebounded strongly. So if you would have this indicator, in front of you, you would have bought somewhere near here, which is that your risk is so little. And by the way, it closes at high, right? So which means that, right, if you entered here somewhere near the line and the stop loss put it here, and of course, by the day it ended at the high, you have made at least 4 to 7 times your money easily. So that is the lovely part of actually knowing technical analysis. Now today, we can see that there's some resistance at the moment here. So that resistance point is about 56,200 level. And the support today is 52,750 level. So what I'm trying to say is this, likely we may see the Bitcoin going to trade somewhere between these two areas for time being. All right, so downside could reach to 52,750. Upside is 56,200. So these two levels will be something to take note of. I will suspect that the Bitcoin will trade around here for time being. All right, so I still believe that Bitcoin should be able to come down to 52,750. That will be a good time to look at it again, 52750. Okay, got the idea? Cool. All right, let's look at this Ethereum. Here we go. Now Ethereum is very strong. You can see that it's actually marching above the MA30, MA11, and it's also way above MA70. So at the moment now for Ethereum, if there's any level to watch out for buy, it'll be at 24.20 level. Now Ethereum is trading at 25.70, so about $150 from here. So if the Ethereum can come down to this point and stabilize, I think 24.20 will be a good level to watch out for buying once again. Okay, guys, cool on this. I hope you guys like the sharing on this Bitcoin and Ethereum. All right. Right, is there any questions that you want to share with me regarding cryptocurrency? All right, you can post them in right now. If there's no questions, let me now go right into the rest of the financial market for today, shall we? Okay. Now, China A50 this morning actually came down quite a lot, but then you can see that it reversed course and when recover, right? So that is one look at it for China A50. So at the moment now, it's going to be closed in about half an hour's time. So you're going to create more like a doji, and this is whereby I probably have pushed the Hang Seng to recover, right? Let's take a look at Hang Seng today. Well, Hang Seng today, it has stayed above the MA30, and also it have touches the MLP and rebounded. So you can see that there's a very tight consolidation right now for the Hang Seng, and it's because the China A50 is also not moving and giving any direction. So tonight we have the FOMC. I suspect that after the FOMC tomorrow, we could see some big movement coming in. All right. Now for DAX today, DAX is going to open soon, as it is the futures market. Do take note the DAX itself, the MA is somewhere here today at 15,200. So I suspect that if DAX were to pull back down, DAX should be coming down to 15,200 first. Then after that, we'll see a rebound. At the moment now, it's at 15,280, so about 80 points away. So traders, watch out for 15,200. This will be an absolute good level to buy, to look at for any form of support. Okay, for DAX, 15,200 will be a good level for you to see whether there is any artificial support. Okay, that is DAX. Okay, so we have finished the DAX. We talk about China A50, we talk about Hong Kong. Let's look at the US equity market, shall we? Now for the US equity market, let's bring it in right now. Now the Dow Jones is pretty flat because as I mentioned to you guys that today is the earning result, with the FOMC result. So you can see that the Dow Jones is pretty flat. But because it's above opening price and pivot one, this shows that, right, Dow do have the capacity to trade higher, right? It can actually even cover the entire candle that came off yesterday. So traders, just take note of that. Today, above opening price, above P1, it will be a buy instead. Okay, so traders, if you are short in the market, please make sure that your stop loss is in place. If you are long in the market, you just put your trailing stop just to protect, all right? Just to protect. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. How about the NASDAQ today? Now for the NASDAQ, let's confirm that. Okay, NASDAQ, the P2 pivots for the opening price for the day chart is between both of them. So logically, NASDAQ should be going higher later today. And S&P 500 is a doji yesterday. So likely today, we should see some directional move. It could be up first, or it can be down later. All right, so traders, just watch out for this. This is the very clear picture on the day chart KSI. Okay, so let me see, right? The last one we talk about is gold. Now, gold today, if you look at the day chart for gold, the gold has broke below the pivot 2 level. Now, below opening price and below pivot 2 is actually a classic sell, and that's why you can see gold is actually coming down. Now, I suspect that gold will come down to around this point here later on, and that point is 1763. Okay, it's not too far away, it's about $5 away. I strongly believe that this 1763 will be a very important pivotal number, because the last time when this happened, you can see that the market stands above it. So that means that this 1763 will be a very important level to watch out for. And if it breaks below 1763, there is a possibility to see 1736. So it's like, okay, a flip number, 1763 to 1736. Okay, so traders, you can actually look out for that. Okay. Okay, so that is the gold direction for today. And how about silver? Silver, where are you? Okay, silver today has pulled down quite badly. This is the triangle that I draw many days ago, and this one you can see the market basically stopped exactly at the trend line and pull back. And let me just double check this. And of course, it's below the MLP of the day, so this looks good. Right at the bottom, we have the MA30 and MA200 side by side. So what I'm trying to say is this: if the market basically open up, right, then of course silver can go much higher. But if the moving average turn the other way around, whereby the MA 200 is above the MA 30, then of course ideally we should see some selling. I just saw a trend line. I'm gonna just draw it live right now. This is a trend line that I can see right here. So actually, from what I'm seeing, the market has actually closed below the trend line as of now, so may not see upside for time being. All right, let the market come down first and see whether can it stabilize at this the lines that I draw, which is happen to be the MA30 and also the MA200 level. Okay. All right, so that is the silver and gold market. Let's look at the last one. That will be the crude oil. Now, crude oil today day chart has stabilized above the MA30, so that's why crude oil should be going higher. And I did mention to you guys, right, one of the things that the inflation thing that they'll be watching out with crude oil, even though Federal Reserve say that it's not in their books, but I'm sure they're actually watching this. So if anytime any bad news or ugly news or geographical news and causes oil to shoot up, right, likely gold will just on a knee-jerk event, they also will move together. Okay, so that is the so that is the chart for crude oil today. Okay, all right. So that will be all for today. All right, that will be all for today. So for traders, I will still wish you all the best for trading. As I mentioned to you, for today, expect, right? Okay, do expect to see market sideways. Was tonight we have FOMC meeting. Now you can see this is pound by the way, pound dollar is trading downwards. All right, not too sure what happened, but of course, most likely you trigger the 138.68 KCB level. And if it breaks below period 2, it may go down even lower, which I don't think it will happen today. All right, let's see how it goes. All right, guys, that will be all for today's afternoon MAO. I hope you'll enjoy this session. Like I say once again, right, if you have anything you want me to make it better or you have any good suggestion, just PM me through Telegram. I'll be there to assist you guys. Okay, all right, so that will be all for today. Have a great day. This is Cal signing off. Bye-bye.